Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to my final video in my series of 5 Thanksgiving recipes that you can cook that are easy, delicious, and vegan. And in my last video, I said I was swimming in my happy Thanksgiving place in a puddle of gravy, but I don't know, this might be even better. Right now, I'm in the most delicious pumpkin pie. Here I am. My last video is, yes, dessert, the final course of the evening. And I have found a recipe for a really delicious whole food plant-based vegan pumpkin pie that was actually really easy to make. I even made the crust from scratch. I'll show you in just a minute. It's from a website called Shane and Simple. I will link them down in the comments so you can check them out as well. This is actually 2 different recipes. They have one recipe for the crust and then a separate one for the filling. So I'm just going to put them all together as if they're one recipe here so you can see it from the beginning of the crust to when it actually gets served. I hope you enjoy this recipe. If you try it out, like and comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you soon. Start this recipe off with 1.5 cups of almond flour, and then a 1/2 cup of organic unbleached flour, and then 1/2 cup of tapioca flour, which sounds kind of random, but it was pretty easy to find. Your last dry ingredient is going to be a pinch of salt, and give that a whisk all together. Then you're going to add in 1/4 cup of water and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, just to give it a little bit of sweetness. Get your spatula and stir that all together, and it's going to create a really nice dough that should be slightly sticky. You might need to add a little bit of water to it. That's what it looks like when it's all done. And you're going to put that out on a floured surface. I put some parchment paper over the top of it, and you're gonna roll that out into a disc shape. That's as close as my one eye could get. I get my pie plate out, and I'm going to lift this up and bring it over to the pie plate and hope that it doesn't all fall apart. It's actually a really sturdy dough. I didn't have any issues with any breakage or anything falling apart. And you'll see that I put this on top of my pie plate. And then whoop, there we go. And voila, I was really proud that I got it all in there. I trimmed it off, it looked really good. Then that goes into the refrigerator while we create the rest of the pie, which is the filling. So into a food processor, I'm going to put 1 can, a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree in there. Not the pumpkin pie filling, pumpkin puree. Then I'm going to add 1 cup of full-fat coconut milk. Very creamy, full of calories and fat, so get ready for Thanksgiving calories. To that, I'm going to add, it says a 1/2 cup of maple syrup, but it also calls for brown sugar, so I just added in a little bit extra maple syrup, and I did not do brown sugar because it's refined. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then the all-important pumpkin pie spice, that's 1 tablespoon, and then 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Whir that all together there, and when it's all done, it's this nice creamy consistency. You'll see I'll put the spatula in there and show you in just a second what it should look like when it's all done. Oh, it smells so good already. It's not even cooking yet. So that's the consistency, and then you're going to pour that filling into your crust that was sitting in the refrigerator for a while. You're going to put that into a 350-degree oven. There it goes. You always have to wave goodbye to your food as it goes into the oven. Bye pie. And when it comes out, the recipe says it's going to be pretty wobbly and have some cracks on top. You get it to room temperature on the stove there. And then I covered it up, put it in the fridge, and there's my first slice. A little messy, but it still tasted delicious, really good. Thanks for watching all of my Thanksgiving recipes this week. I hope you enjoyed them all, and happy Thanksgiving.